Good afternoon, good morning, good evening to everyone, every no one, someone. This is Nate. I have a little day off here, so I'm going to maximize it to the fullest. I'm doing all my favorite hobbies at once. Flight simming, watching daytime baseball, and hopefully talking to some friends. If you're around, say hi. Let's go to San Diego and see if I can manage a 3.5 degree glide slope better. Enjoy some King Gizzard and Wizard Wizard. We'll start in about 5 or 10 minutes.
Much
Hello again. This is Nate. Thanks for popping into my little YouTube Twitch stream here. Nate Flies. I am just some guy who loves flight simulation, and today we're in XP12. We're going to be heading to San Diego, one of my favorite airports to fly into, that I fly into very bad. I'm going to practice a little bit, and really that's what this whole stream is about. We'll talk about that a little more, but for the most part, we're going to follow our buddy Stu here. Alright, we will get started in just a moment, but as usual, thank you for tuning in. Yeah, so I'm Nate. Around the pandemic, I was getting all stir crazy like everyone else, and missing traveling and flying as a passenger. And Microsoft 2020 came out, and it was really blew my mind actually how good flight simulators had become since the last time I had played them back in Microsoft 1998 or whenever that was, because Nate is old. But I always loved kind of aviation, flight simulation too, and so I jumped back in, and once I kind of got the usual stuff out of my system, like flying under the Eiffel Tower, done that a lot. Death Star runs through the Grand Canyon, that's another favorite. You pick it, man-made or a natural wonder of the world. Nate has flown barrel rolls through it. But I kind of have always been, I love to travel, and I love airliners, even like I like doing plane spotting and nerdy stuff like this, but I kind of was so impressed and couldn't believe how good flight simulators has gotten, and so I decided, well, what actually, how do you actually fly these things? And so here we have a Boeing 737-800 in the beautiful Southwest livery. That's what they call a paint job here, and kind of like anyone else, I typed in on YouTube how to fly a 737, and what do you know? There's people there willing to explain, both real pilots and fake ones. And one of the main ones is Black Box 711, who was a real world pilot and retired recently, but has flown all kinds of aircraft and just has excellent insights into aviation and flight simming, and is just a great teacher and also a great human being. And I started watching his streams and his tutorials, and little by little I start learning things, but watching only takes you so far. And also, once you get into this thing, you can see there's buttons and levers and gauges and switches, and like you look up here, there's like all kinds of stuff. You gotta do math, there's charts, it's a whole thing. But once you start kind of learning some of this stuff, the main problem for me was I couldn't really tell what I was messing up anymore. So I joke that this stream is self-improvement through flight simulation, both getting better at the sim and becoming a better human being through flight simulation. That's what we do here today, and every day, folks. So I try and fly these things according to some real world procedures, though we do like to have fun, and we'll learn about ourselves and the aircraft. But as I was saying, what I started doing was really just not knowing what I was doing wrong. As you can see, a lot could go wrong. Just with the sheer number of switches, not to mention aerodynamics and all that, the actual flying. So I started recording myself in OBS and uploading that to YouTube so I could go back and watch later and watch my takeoffs and landings and figure out where I was screwing up. And it turns out that was really, really helpful. And so that's what I started doing. And so that's what this stream kind of came into existence, was just I decided to start talking because I really like talking to people. If you are a flight simulation enthusiast or not, and just kind of like machines engineering and that sort of thing, well, we can talk about nerdy stuff like that. And what I basically do is talk myself through what I'm doing here, and we've got charts and all the real deal stuff, as it were, and we try and do this, and we will have fun in the process. So my only disclaimer is don't do or say anything I do, even though I will be talking through this. I have near no idea what I'm doing. I mean, some idea, but not enough to for you to be listening to me. But if you have any questions, I will at least like venture answers and just some stuff to kind of get you started in things if you want. But advanced theory, we'll leave that to the professionals, and for that, Black Box 711 all day. Otherwise, I will be kind of talking through this because the other theme of this stream is we're trying to get better, and the two ways you improve at things, in my opinion, best are failure. You can learn no more about yourself or what you're doing through failing at it, and we will do a lot of that on this stream, so come and join me in failure and learning. But then also teaching. I was a teacher for many years, and having to teach something is one of the best ways of learning something. And so here, I am not teaching, okay? I'm teaching myself, and I am talking through things. And by talking out loud, it forces me to explain some things. And when I do that, I can catch myself kind of the limits of what I know how to explain and what I don't know how to explain. And so that gives me something to go look back on. And that's why I like flight simulation. There's always lots to improve upon. And also I love the Earth. And I think it's beautiful. And I love flying around all these places in the world and from 30,000 feet. And so I love talking travel and the world in general too. So if you're around, thanks for joining me. Feel free to say hi in the chat, and we'll get started. So let's without further ado, we are officially starting. So today, just to give you an idea, we are in a cold and dark aircraft. One of the best expressions we get from aviation: cold and dark. How Nate feels every morning when he wakes up and has to go to real work. And so he doesn't have to do that today. And we've got like baseball games starting. This is just going to be a great day, even though, real life has been a kind of a pain in the ass this week, but we'll get there. So yeah, anyway, feel free to say hi. I like to chat. But yeah, we're cold and dark, and we're going to get this bad boy going. And so I'll start with some of the quick preliminaries just to make sure everything's firing up. So I'm going to go through our overhead panel. This is where a lot of the action happens to start up an aircraft. And believe it or not, you turn on a battery and that gets us going. And then already we have a ground power unit hooked up to the aircraft, and we'll throw that on, and then starts humming to life here. And I will also talk about some, I'll talk about flight simming in general. I just, I know my mom and my uncle like to watch this. And so, hi mom, hi unkie. And I like to, keep it somewhat in the ballpark of, so if you're like just a normal person and want to know how to fly an aircraft, I'll just explain. I have a lot of respect for real world pilots, And they know that because I annoy the hell out of them at airports. One of my favorite things to do is come talk to pilots. They must love me. Um, no. Well, I already see. Yeah, it's true. But I'm just doing some of the overhead stuff here. Tell people to fasten their seatbelts when they come on. Turn some window heat on so things don't freeze over. And I'll flip that switch on. And we'll do some of this stuff in a sec. I already turned a position light on. So outside we've got, unfortunately my jetway isn't working today. And so anyway, for the layperson, welcome. We can hang out and talk to, and joke about the joys of airline travel, which I actually love. So, but for any of my fellow sim enthusiasts here, I'm super happy with how X-Plane has been performing lately. So my simulator of choice is XP12 these days. It's looking really good. I've got map enhancement kind of at a state that I really like. Something happened with my AMD drivers that the frame gen actually works, so I'm getting incredible smooth FPS on my screen. It might still look kind of 30 FPS to you guys because I'm poor and like a nobody on Twitch and YouTube, and they don't let you stream in anything higher. So, you know, enjoy 30 FPS. That's all your eyes can see anyway. And I've got the general airport enhancement package that I got because one of my roles too is flight sim is an intense hobby. I love lots of things about it. You can buy a custom-made airport for every airport you fly into, and that's just, I got to call a limit on my hobby. But I do have one add-on that improves all the airports, and after kind of testing it for the last week or two, it works. I like it. And so if I can improve them all for $30, I'll do that instead of just improving one, and we'll kind of go from there. So I'm really liking the airport enhancement package. And then, so the other thing that I love about this hobby is I have sitting in front of me a whole cockpit like this. You know, it's boys with toys stuff. I absolutely love it. I've traveled the world in search of flight sim technology and hardware, and it's a great community of people, and I absolutely love it. But a recent update totally bonked out the WinControl, which is one of the companies that makes this. But there's this great new plugin, and I'll put it down in the comments or something. But it's just this like external third-party WinControl thing that just like immediately picks up all your stuff. I was having so much trouble with the knobs being super slow and reactive, and now they're perfect. They like actually animate all the data refs. I'm so happy with the plugin. My sim is in a perfect state right now, as far as I'm concerned. We'll still have things go wrong because that's the other part of the hobby is setting up your computer endlessly. But you know, you're a computer nerd when you kind of get into this, and so it's fun to hot dog and hot rod out your computer. So all right, so that's all my preamble, that the sim is working well today, and Nate is very happy. So the other thing I'm going to do is start aligning our IRS, which is the thing that basically tells your aircraft where you are in the world. And I've got it set to happen quickly, so we don't have to wait on that too much. The only other thing I'm going to kind of mess around today with is I'm going to do this like start flight leg thing in the Zibo mod, because I'm actually curious to see if this actually gets some of the stuff going in the Zibo. Like, I'm gonna say start service cruise on ground, and we'll like see what kind of stuff happens. I usually don't do this stuff just because it tends to get in the way more than it helps, but let's just while we're at it, so you can hear all the sights and sounds of flight simulation in the background. There's well, again, the jetways don't always work at every airport. Sorry, I'll fix that at some point. Let's get a look at what we're doing today. Do a little briefing with ourselves. So here's a little external app sim brief and Navigraph charts that has all our real world charts. So we were flying from Reno because Nate wants to fly. There's some fires actually going on, so I'm actually half curious to see if we get any weather effects, though it is actually somewhat clear here in Reno. And Nate likes Reno. He wants to go there because Lake Tahoe is here, and there's some history there for Lake Tahoe. And I love Northern California, and so I just kind of wanted to take off from Reno. And we're going to fly down into San Diego. And the reason we're doing that is because today I wanted to practice the... So San Diego is a beautiful approach, but it's a little different, and it's got kind of a bigger glide slope. It's a challenging landing. There's a visual component if we wanted to mess around with that too. But you know, the point of the stream is I'm trying to just get a little better at some various things so that I can fly on VATSIM without having to get, you know, into the shit too deep. And VATSIM is a big global online network of flight sim enthusiasts, pilots, and controllers, and you can fly like according to real world procedures with a bunch of flight sim guys and girls and whoever at any time. So and that's really fun to do, VATSIM. So a lot of this stream is just me just trying to improve so that I can kind of have the aircraft a little more transparent to me while I'm trying to follow instructions at busy airports, because they can get incredibly busy and complicated, and I just want to have fun and have those stress free. So there's our little flight plan. Again, if you're not geographically aware or want some help with that, we're in the United States. Here's that hemisphere. Here's Reno, outside of Las Vegas. Oops. And we'll be flying just down into Southern California, over past Los Angeles, down to San Diego. And it's some really nice country out here, and so we will enjoy ourselves. So, I have been stalling. Let's go ahead and breathe a little oxygen, get ourselves in the game here. I'm going to go down into our flight computer, and let's start setting up our computer. So that's kind of one of the first things here, the pre-flight stuff. So I'm going to pull up, and this is exciting. We've got charts. We've got a full-on flight plan. I mean, we are doing it. We are professionals. And the litmus test on this stream is if we can try and land without getting fired, and we have an app that tells us whether we get fired or not at the end. So anyway, let's go ahead and start setting up the computer here. If you don't see me kind of manipulating stuff on screen, it's because I'm down here in my actual WinWing panel. So I'm going to go into the FMC here and confirm some stuff. We are, in fact, in a 737-800, and our dates database is looking good. It tells us to enter the IRS position, which we'll do in a moment. So let's go to our position in it page, and we are at Reno, Kilo, Romeo, November, Oscar. So there's one thing, self-improvement through flight simulation. You know, I know the NATO alphabet now, so I can communicate letters to people around the world. So we'll go to the next page. Let's grab our current GPS position, plug that into the IRS, and that'll help everything start coming together. All right, great. So position in it, let's go to our route. So as we said, we are flying from Reno. And again, I'm half in Reno because I want to fly over Tahoe and just kind of give a peek at Reno. I'm gonna have a kind of westerly vacation sometime in the near future, and so I'm kind of thinking about where I want to go, and might not just do my usual stuff. Nate loves the desert. Nate loves the American Southwest and California. Nate lives in the Midwest. I also like the Midwest. I like lots of things. So I just wanted to take a peek at Reno. And we are flying to KSAN, Sierra Alpha, November. We are in a Southwest, SWA, or Sierra Whiskey Alpha, 4622. All right. I don't know if I have my flight request stuff going, but that's okay. Nate likes typing stuff in. So I'm going to set our departure out of here, and I'm going to do this little Sparks one, even though it's kind of not this totally standard departure. It's like an obstacle departure. I want to do it just because I can fly at LNAV, VNAV, and again, I like looking outside, and so taking off we're doing much better at, so we don't have to sort of watch that as much. But we're taking off runway 35 left. There's no transition from Sparks. It's going to be one of the VORs that we punch in. And so I'm going to activate and execute that. I'm going to go to the next page on our routes. We just have to plug in a few waypoints here. So we're going to be going to Darby. Then we'll be going direct to a VOR Echo Hotel Foxtrot. And then direct to Hulk, which I know Hulk is the transition on the Comics 2 arrival. So I'm just going to execute that, go back to departures and arrivals. Here's San Diego, Comics 2. It's named after, you know, comic book characters. You'll see Spider-Man and whatnot. Hulk in this case. And we will be landing. So I am going to give us... You know, it's one of those things. I'm not sure exactly. I'm not going to do the visual per se. I think I just want to do the localizer approach and just try and manage our descent rate a little better today. There's no actual ILS for when you're landing runway 27. So we'll have... do we want the Lindy? We'll think about it. No, I'm probably just going to go get us on final. Let's just go ahead and execute that. We'll deal with that in a minute. All right, cool. So we got that started. I think the aircraft... Again, I've been doing all this stuff. Does that mean my fuel truck actually showed up yet? No. So let's get the fuel truck coming. I did set the payload, so that should be good. But that's while we're loading though, I'm gonna do a quick little look around the aircraft. We still have a couple things to set up in the computer, but here's where I like to kind of while it's loading, take a step back. Gonna breathe some oxygen. We're gonna make some bells and whistles go off. This is if you're ever flying on one of these 737s in real life, and you peek your head into the cockpit and you know say start, and you like the and the pilots, you know, they say light test, and they'll do this. You can be like, yeah. They'll be like, why is this like 40-year-old guy hassling us? So I just want to make sure some of my levers and switches are all where they're supposed to be right now, and my actual real hardware in real life here. So I'm going to give us some dings. We can give ourselves some warnings. I don't like doing the, I'm not going to do the stat one. It's too loud. I'm going to look up here again. This is all looking fine for me. We've got air conditioner unit so our people won't get hot back there. Okay. Last quick thing, go over to my co-pilot side here and give you a little light, co-pilot, and let's go into the FMC, stick you on the legs page for right now. Interesting, it's saying it's going to bypass FMG. We'll see about that. And give you airports, and I like center, I like zooming you out a minute, and our heading. Oh man, I'm so glad the WinWing stuff is working again. Yes. We'll figure out our actual course in a second. So, all right, cool. Things are looking good on this side.
Fuel is all loaded up and you are good to go.
All right, fuel's all loaded up and we are good to go. So, I'm going to do some performance stuff now. So we've got the flight plan in there. I should go to our legs page and switch to our map. And let's just kind of step through this really quickly to see if we have a legitimate looking flight plan. We're taking off. We're going to be following this to intercept to the FMG VOR, then down to Darby, yep, then to Echo Hotel Foxtrot, And we'll close this discontinuity here with Hulk. So let's bring up the Hulker, execute, and let's keep stepping through. Hulk, ceased, see ya. Joker, so here we go. Joker, Gambit, Legend, Comics, Flash, Lantern, X-Men. I mean, I guess I forgot that it brings us this way. We could do the visual if we'll look at it. But again, I kind of am trying to do this not like whoops. I love doing that visual, but I just kind of want to watch myself a little more on this. So Nadu is just vectors out, and then we'll give ourselves vectors this way. Actually, let's see. Nadu is vector. If I go to my arrival, let's put in that Lindy transition and see if I want that. Go back to legs. Step. Oh. Hulk, move you back up, execute, step. Okay, so that'll work for us. We can get that Lindy, and we'll use that as a point of reference for us. All right, awesome. So legs. And now I will look at some charts just to make sure things are looking good. So we are in Reno. The weather today is variable at 3 knots. We'll take our worst case scenario. So we're taking off 3.5 left. So we'll consider it when we do our performance calculations. We've got at 9,000 feet some few clouds and broken up there. The QNH is, let's see how the EFIS panel is working too. Yeah, nice. All right, this plugin better than SimAppPro. If you don't have a MobiFlight profile, get it. So 308008, and yeah. Good. Okay, so I'm gonna go to the init ref. We can just grab our ground weight from here, 0 fuel weight. The reserve fuel today was something like 6.1. The cost index 48. All right, we're burning some gas today, and our top of climb, well, sort of. Our cruise altitude 370. The wind's up there 19.7, so we'll have some headwind ish at 35 knots. And the temperature up there, again, I have to do crap. I have to do a conversion of some kind. Minus 50 is all right, there we go. In Celsius. All right, execute that. And now we will do our performance calculations. So, luckily in the new Zibo, there's also a plugin here for us to do our performance calculations. So we were taking off runway 35 left. We'll take the full hog. It's dry. The winds, like I said, we can calculate like the reciprocal if it's 350. What's that? What is it? 17? I have to do math. We'll call it 170. At 3. It is 23 European units of heat outside. The QNH was 30.08 inches of mercury. Our rating, let's see what the optimum rating is. We want flaps 5. Air conditioner will be on because we are in America, and we always keep our air conditioner on. So yeah, in real life, my air conditioner in my house broke, and it's a whole thing, guys. I'm getting nailed for. I gotta get the whole thing done. It's oh man. So, we said our takeoff weight was 138.5, and our center of gravity was. So we're doing flaps 5 takeoff. CG is 18.8. 18.8. All right, cool. Let's calculate that. Go. And I'm curious. I've been getting such different set readings from this and from. Well, let's see what SimBrief says too, and then what the Zibo says. I'm trying to triangulate who's right and who's wrong. And also I could be the one who's wrong about all this. So yeah, so Zibo wants like, let's go back here. Init ref, N1 limit. If I just pick, so select temp here 42, select temp here 30. I mean, that's low. Isn't it just 30 outside? This seems like the more reasonable. Huh? It doesn't even take that. Interesting. Oh, because I did 442. There we go. So that gives us the reduction 96. DTO 26K, 22K, 93, 96. So what if I do just this 30 select temp? What's what happens? Yeah, and that wants it higher. So I don't know. I'm not sure what to do about this. Let's go with SimBrief really seems a little more, I think, a little more normal to me right now. Alright, so we'll do takeoff, a slight reduction, climb 1. That sounds good. Yeah, because it has, like I said, I don't know. The takeoff 1 is 92. Anyway, takeoff, climb 1. And the V seeds, and we'll take the SimBrief speeds a little higher. 1 for. All right, so QR8 or the V1 144. That's the speed we have to decide to hit the brakes or commit to the landing. 145 is when we actually start taking off, and V2. 152. That's the speed we can take off with one engine. Okay, so that's some stuff done. We're gonna go ahead now and look at our charts and set up our panel up here. So we did the QNH. I am gonna want to put this on map mode, and I'll zoom in for me for the takeoff. Give myself the route data. Go ahead and turn my flight directors on. Our course out of here today is, well, you know, we're reading charts here. So we're 3.5 left. So climb heading 347. Oh man, I'm so happy my win-win stuff works. Like I said, a big draw to this hobby for me is that. And so the other thing I'm going to do here too is this VOR is important for us. For this takeoff, so 117.9er. I'm gonna put that in over on Copilot side here. 117.9er. Can't see. Excuse me. There it is. So, hopefully, folks. Okay. All right, there we go. Sorry for the confusion. I just want that because I'm gonna set this radial. So I guess intercept the radial FMG 320. So we'll shoot out a radial from there. And that'll give us a little... Is that really what it is? No. Yes. Alright, it's not maybe drawing it in exactly how we want. But so be it. Oh, we just turn right and intercept that radial. Never mind. It is right. Alright, cool. Yep, that's you know, effectively what it's doing. Okay. So we will climb to blah 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 at or above 77,500. Terrain. So let's go over here. Let's set our V2 speed was 152. We can go on the VNAV. And the altitude was, we want to be above 750. So let's punch that in. Alright, cool. That is looking alright to me. Let's, so I wonder where we're at in the, in all this stuff. And I have my audio checklist. Let's do our
safety inspection checklist. Surfaces and shocks.
Check.
Maintenance status.
Check.
Battery.
On.
Electric hydraulic pumps.
Really?
Oh yeah, this likes hydraulics on very
landing
early.
gear lever.
Down.
Ship's library.
Check.
Safety inspection checklist complete.
Alright. So we're going up to 370 today and we're landing. It's sea level here. Yeah. Let's call it 0. Alright, cool. So we're gonna start getting this thing going. I think I can, we're all loaded up. Like I said, I don't know if this actually does anything. Typically why I don't do it. But let's call it good to go here. Get rid of the air conditioner. Doors are closing. Doors are closed. So let's keep starting up. So I'm going to come here.
Prepare for departure, cross check, and I'll call. Thank you.
All right, thank you. So okay, we're getting cabin announcements then, I guess. Let's go ahead and turn the APU on, which is the.
Got everyone strapped in. Give us a ring if you need anything.
Nice. Turn on another light. And so yeah, the APU in the back of the aircraft. On the stream, we like to look up backsides of aircrafts. The APU is the engine back here that's used to supply pressurized air and some electricity to the aircraft. Now, one thing I will say, oh, and the other thing, I love backseat flying, otherwise known as co-pilots. So if anyone wants to, you know, give me some, you know, again, the main reason I'm doing is just it's scenic for us. So I don't know if I'm kind of doing this one sort of legit, but I think we should be okay. But yeah, there's the APU coming on. Means we can start untethering ourselves from this airport. Alright, so the APU has come on. Let's go ahead and switch over to the APU power. I guess we'll tell people to put out their cigarettes now. Probes can stay off. Let's get our packs on auto. APU bleed air on. Awesome. And alright, we're getting ready for some more stuff here. We are getting close. So again, gonna review some stuff. So like I told you to, one of the big things here is I'm kind of prepping for VATSIM, and so we would be kind of squawking and doing some communications in the future, and setting up our radios. One thing I am waiting for is my panel here so that I can do that out in the world as well. So, all right, things are moving along nicely here. We're close, folks. All this talking. Oh, the door is closed. Ah, because I did ground services. Right, I'm using the actual Zibo stuff. Okay, let's I think we're about ready for a checklist. Recall. Huff some oxygen again. That's all expected. Like I said, I kind of forget what this checklist all likes us to do. So it might bark at us for a couple things that I forget, but don't worry about it. It'll be minor things usually. All right, before start to the line, let's let her
Before
rip.
start checklist to the line. IRS mode selectors.
Nav.
Gear pins.
Removed.
Light test.
Really?
You saw me do the light test. Saw me do it.
Checked.
Oxygen.
Tested
It probably wants
100%.
this one too.
Yaw damper.
On.
Nav transfer and display switches.
Normal and auto.
Fuel.
All right, we do in fact have the amount of fuel we planned.
Checked.
Checked.
Fuel pumps.
4 pumps on.
So yeah, it
Cabin
wants all this
utility,
stuff on
IFE,
already.
galley power.
On.
Emergency exit lights.
Armed.
Fasten belts.
On.
Window heat.
On.
Air conditioning.
Pax auto bleeds on.
Pressurization.
Is set.
Set.
Pressurization mode selector.
Auto.
Instruments.
Cross-checked.
Auto brake.
No.
So early. I usually do
RTO.
that
Hydraulics.
Normal.
after pushback.
Speed brake.
Down detent.
Parking
Same.
brake.
Same
Set.
with the trim.
Stab trim cutout switches.
Normal.
Wheel well fire warning.
Really?
All right, dudes, you saw me do that. Oh, it was
Check.
after I did the
Radios,
checklist.
radar and
Active.
transponder.
All right, that makes sense. All right, set standby.
Set standby.
Rudder and aileron trims.
3 and 0.
All good.
Takeoff briefing.
So guys, I think we know what we're doing. We're climbing. Let's get above 6,800, and then get above and keep going. And we'll just keep climbing. The MSA here is you know, we want to get up there, so let's do that. I'm actually gonna just set us. We can just go straight up to like what's the lowest MSA here? 13. So let's just go straight up to 13. Why not? Okay, that's what we're doing. Oh, we can do a taxi briefing. We're gonna push back, face east, and we'll take whatever's here. Alpha, Bravo 6, Bravo cross, and Bravo 12, full length. All right, we are briefed.
Discussed.
PA.
Let's call it complete.
Complete.
FMC CDU.
FMC CDU all looks set and checked to me. 347 is our. There, we've got our radial. All that's looking good. Okay, yeah.
Set.
N1 and IAS bugs.
N1 and IAS auto V-speed set.
Stab trim.
Set.
Performance weight and balance.
Checked.
EFB,
Airplane mode installed.
phones,
Off.
flight deck window and cockpit door,
Closed.
doors,
Closed.
passages.
Seated.
Before start checklist completed to the line.
All right, awesome. Okay, so let's get rid of the ground power unit. Let's remove the chocks, and we're about ready to rock here. So, give myself a little bit of lighting up here, and all right, let's get ready to go. I think probes come after. I'll double check. All right, let's get the packs off because we will be ready here. All right, before start below the line.
Before start checklist below the line. Air conditioning packs.
Off.
Anti-collision light.
On.
Parking brake.
Set.
Transponder.
Out. Off.
Before start checklist completed.
All right, sweet. Get better pushback going. We will let it shove us out to hell.
Grounded cockpit, plan acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you are ready. Grounded cockpit, tow is driving up.
All right. If anyone's watching, I hope you're doing good. Nate is doing good. Like I said, we're taking today off. It's been it's been an expensive week, or it's gonna be. Any of my European friends watching, I know you guys, you survive without air conditioner, but not here. And yeah, so my 30-year-old air conditioner system in my 100-year-old house died, and so that's happening.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
All right, so she will connect us up. We'll feel ourselves moving. There's still 40 minutes till baseball, which means we'll have perfect distraction by the time I have to land with maximum concentration.
Tow connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
All right, we ready? Let's do it. Let's start up some turbine engines. All right, release parking brake. Come up here.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
All right, so we will start engine 2 first. So the APU air is getting used to start spinning one of the compressor fans in there. Let me make sure I got sounds all good for everybody. And, you get oxygen, you add fuel and a spark, and explosion happens. Controlled. And exhaust gas temperatures rise, and then a turbine engine starts. Excuse me. Sorry. Bad camera work today. Yeah, we'll enjoy the sights and sounds of flight simulation, which are very good today. Went from having kind of a iffy sim experience over the last few streams to a pretty great one lately here. Alright, cool. We've got an engine startup. From the outside, at least. Oh, crapola. So I did just realize something. The last time I flew this thing, oh no,
Operation complete. Go ahead and set the parking brake.
does anyone know how to do maintenance on this thing? I just saw our oil quantity is, I think, too low. Well, I guess it'll be an adventure today. Crap. Well. It'll be, well, you know, if we run out of oil, you know, what's the worst that could happen? Jesus Christ. All right. Let's start engine one. We'll cross that bridge soon enough. Like I said, I can't remember if that's like percentage I have set up. These aircraft, each one you set up a little differently, so be it. All right, add fuel. And if we were being real pros, we would be watching things for stability, that the exhaust gas temperature rise and then falls a little bit, that we have a certain spooling up of our N2, fuel flow, oil pressure, things like that. So, okay. Let's do our after start things. Did she tell us anything yet? Oh, I have to set the parking brake first.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Alright, we'll do some things while they're disconnecting, even though I don't know if you actually would do some of these things when they're doing that. So let's go over to our generator power, the power produced by the engines. That's all looking good. The probe heats can come on. Go auto, and get the APU bleed off. Everything's good up there. Logo light can come off. Well, you know what? I'm going to keep it on because it's easier to then flip this switch when it's the time. Set start switch is continuous. APU can come off. Let's get taxi and runway lights on. I'll ding the cabin if that actually does anything.
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the left. We'll see you next time and have fun up there.
Alright, I will. Let's test our flight controls because I haven't simmed in a while. Let's make sure everything's plugged in. Alright, full back, full down, neutral, full left, neutral, full right, neutral, rudder left, good, rudder right, good. Okay. And I did set the stab trim earlier, which I usually don't, and we were doing a flaps 5 takeoff today. So let's watch that travel accordingly. I can go ahead and do a couple other things. Let's well, terrain matters today, so let's go terrain for us so we can make sure we don't hit anything. And weather doesn't forget. But soon, ooh, I'm so excited. If you want kind of a little quick update too, as I said, Black Box 711 is really great at all this stuff. And he put out a little video just about some of the updates coming to X-Plane soon, and we should all be very excited about those. All right, cool. That felt pretty good. Let's see. Only one way to find out. Let's do a before taxi checklist.
Generators.
On.
APU.
Off.
Start switches.
Continuous.
Probe heat.
On.
Anti-ice.
Off.
Air conditioning.
Flaps auto bleeds on.
Isolation valve.
Auto.
Flaps.
Flaps 5 required and selected. Green light.
Stab trim.
Set.
Start levers.
Idle detent.
Flight control.
Checked.
Recall.
Are you sure? Checked.
Before taxi checklist completed.
Always forget my recall. All right, cool. We did it. So, as we said, we're just going to pull out. We'll get on over to Bravo and take that all the way down. Let's see. And so one thing I like about this new airport enhancement thing, I did notice the signage looks better, kind of lines, lots of stuff looking better. So I'm pretty stoked. I'm not gonna lie about this. So this looks like we're taking Juliet and getting over to Bravo there. All right. Release the parking brake. Do a quick config test. Good. Here we go. Brakes. And we are in Southwest, so we can cosplay a little bit and drive like maniacs. Yeah, here's, this is kind of the thing about why I like X-Plane. I mean, look, default X-Plane, it does the trick for me, airport-wise. Don't get me wrong. I want the cool add-on airports, but we have to have some self-control, folks. All right, let's make sure we don't get on the runway. You don't want to do that. Grass Lady could warn us. She's our girlfriend on this stream. Okay, so we know what we're doing in this regard. Let's go back here, check the weather again. Dead still. We'll look at a windsock before we take off, but good for us. And I believe I can do but I always forget to do, but the before takeoff to the line.
Before takeoff checklist to the line. Config.
Really?
I did a config test, bastard.
Checked.
Flaps.
Flaps 5 set. Green light.
Stab trim.
Set.
Takeoff briefing.
Yep, we'll consider ourselves briefed.
Reviewed.
Cabin.
Secured.
Before takeoff checklist completed to the line.
All right, Ras Lady, let me hear your sweet sounds.
Approaching 8.
Yeah, Ras Lady and I had a good time in Vegas. We always have a good time. We went to the Netherlands the other day. Yeah. Yeah, it'll be really cool once, and weather is coming back very soon in X-Plane, so that'll be really cool to see. But yeah, X-Plane, I'm really enjoying X-Plane these days. To make room for DCS, I actually uninstalled Microsoft. Well, not to make room, it's just I haven't touched MSF 2024 since I basically first got my simulation rig all set up here. So we got a limpish sock. We'll have possibly a touch of wind from the left. right. Why don't we line up and wait? Say we got clearance to you press the wrong button. You don't want to do reversers before you take off. Though we probably would have already got fired. Could have failed our check ride. All right, let's line up.
On runway 3.5 left.
Thank you, Ras Lady. Come to a stop. Set our parking brake. All right, we're I feel ready to rock. I am gonna start the old chrono here. Even my usual co-pilot is not here today, but I did remember. Excelente. All right, feeling good. Let's do our last before takeoff below the line.
Before takeoff checklist below the line. MCP.
Set.
Transponder.
TARA.
Strobe lights.
On.
Landing lights.
On.
Before takeoff checklist completed.
All right, we are ready to rock. And we got our co-pilot, so I can actually concentrate. Well, we have our virtual co-pilot callouts, which is nice. I can actually concentrate on the runway here. All right, let's take off. We're flying a Boeing 737. How about that?
3.5 left.
All right, release parking brakes. Cool up the engines to about 40%. See how they stabilize. Yeah, looking good. Feeling good. Okay. N1. Okay. Alright, check. Press hold. I feel like I missed some sort of call out. On the middle. What's usually boxed there?
V1, rotate.
Okay, rotating. Pull back. Gently.
Positive rate.
Alright, positive rate of climb. Gear up. LNAV.
.400.
Alright. VNAV speed. Reno. N1. I probably could have set our acceleration height. Or at least looked at it. Oh man, it's so nice flying with no wind. Look at this. Alright, we're slowly accelerating. Ooh, we were pitching up like crazy people. So there was acceleration, I believe. Point the nose down a bit. Let's start this turn. Trim up. Get that nose up. Alright, passing flaps 1 speed. Let's go flaps 1. Little off course. And let's go flaps up. Up, they were up. My joystick was broken. Alright, so kind of an ugly takeoff here. Alright, I'm gonna go direct to Darby now. Execute. And throw on the autopilot. Command. Here we go. Take a peek around Reno. Alright, looking good. No? LNAV. Let's go ahead and select here. Get ourselves back on course. Oh yes, I'm not sure why it took us off course, but we will get back on here. Let's do some cleanup off. 10,000 feet. Get our lights off. Logo can come off. Now if I went direct Darby. Right, Darby. Direct. Execute. LNAV.
1,000 to go.
And yeah, so with Sim Heaven, map enhancement, things are looking good. I like how the vegetation is loading. I turned the vegetation down a bit. FMC speed, VNAV alt. Let's see if LNAV sort of straightens itself out here. Alright, good.
After takeoff checklist. Air conditioning and pressurization.
Is set.
Set.
Engine start switches.
Off.
Landing gear.
Up and off.
Auto brake.
Off.
Flaps.
Up. No lights.
Altimeters.
Will all be set once we pass 18,000 feet. So we said 370. Dial that in here. We'll say that we did
Set.
that.
After takeoff checklist completed.
Alright, let's go. Let's keep climbing. N1, VNAV speed. Beautiful Lake Tahoe. So yeah, I kind of want to do like a, I don't know, some sort of like desert to Tahoe type trip. Fly into like maybe not Vegas. That's long. Just fly into Reno. Drive down into San Francisco. Fly back home from San Francisco. That could be a move. But yeah, sceneries are looking all good. I mean, I'm really happy with how X-Plane's looking, and like I said, with the with whatever was getting frame gen to start working again, I'm really happy. But yeah, everything's looking great, and I think the Bing maps I like more than the Google. It depends where. So Tucson is a place I do like to fly, but for the tiles there are just in kind of a bad spot when it comes to the I notice there's lots of these just sort of generic green fields popping up though. I mean, I know they are this like farmland, but it's interesting. But yeah, the tiles like cut right down the middle, and so it's like a different color everywhere. But yeah, we got some X-plane clouds looking good. I just think the sim is looking really good. Desert. Tahoe. But yeah, you know, it's like drive across the desert a little bit. Take some respite at Lake Tahoe. Get like some sort of little cabin situation going. Okay, let's go ahead and set standard. Interesting terrain return here. Okay. We'll see what happens. Alright, now we're flying an airplane. We are enjoying the sights and sounds of flight simulation. Which again, one of the big draws to this hobby is, you know, I'm a landscape guy. Looking real pretty out here today. That little pink in the sky. So yeah, X-plane, good job. Alright, I'm gonna go back to give you here, I'm gonna give you terrain, I think. Oh, there it goes. I don't know what's going on mine. I'm gonna get my terrain off. Make it a little clearer for me. Alright, awesome. I am going to grab a quick little drink. We'll enjoy some views. And
ladies and gentlemen, we have a passenger Escobar. Passenger Escobar. This is in regards to a special meal. Would you please identify yourself to a flight attendant? Passenger Escobar, please.
Alright, well, so that's kind of hilarious. If referring to Pablo Escobar. It's a fun fact. Nate's family history with Tahoe is a complex one. Now, it's all declassified, as it were, because they made a documentary about it. But yeah, I just, let's say, I've had some family members in my life have very interesting lives related to Pablo Escobar and flying and this part of the country. So on that cliffhanger, and we're climbing. I feel like top of climb's coming up. That should be good. I got time for a little quick refresh. I need more coffee. It's not taking today. Temperature, it's -6. We are about to go through some clouds. It's going to be very brief, but since I'm stepping away, let me turn anti-ice on, And let's see, where do we get a good view? Desert. Prettier over here today. And then I will also talk about something super exciting this week. Everyone knows we are big King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard fans here. They are the theme music to us and for our stream. So I'm gonna play a little King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. Their Field of Vision Festival is starting this week, and we've got at least 3 days of King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard, possibly even more. I mean, it's going to be great. You can watch the concerts on YouTube. I will plug it. Look at us going through turbulence too. In any case, I'll be right back. Let me go get a drink. Alright, I am back with coffee. Crucial. And let me say hi to my good buddy Santa Owns, joining the chat. One of my co-pilots. Speaking of, no, I just started. I just took off, pretty much. Check it out, buddy. See that? Yeah. Now you know. We've been flying for 20 minutes. How about that? I remembered KRNO. You know, they say, you know, absence makes the heart grow fonder. No, it was because I was thinking about you. I was like, oh no, Santa's not here. Yeah, yeah, Alt F4, man. Uninstall. No, good to see you though. Hope you're having a good, yeah, so dude, I wanted to, I feel bad. I wanted to get DCS all going this week. But the thought of putting that headset on with my air conditioner not working, I don't think so. I will be hot. Alright, smoke him if you got him though, now that Santa's here. Seatbelts off. But yeah. Yeah, your work isn't done. You know, you're not off the hook just yet, pal. In process. Luckily, I was able to get myself set up a little bit with a window unit to kind of like cordon off. It's actually perfect, just bedroom in my office, and that's allowing my wife and I to survive because it's been brutal. But at least today it's actually overcast and it's only in the kind of mid 70s. But yeah, you know, I'm about to get nailed for full HVAC replacement. It's over 30 years old. I knew it when I bought the 100-year-old house, so it's just time now. But I did get to take apart an entire AC unit so that I could confirm it was in fact broken. And it is. It's totally shot. Yeah. So I figured I think I can get, I think my my heating unit, my heating element, namely my PC, running full hog right now. Oh, speaking of, I need to turn my super fans on for it. Okay, yeah, there we go. But yeah, nasty weather across the Midwest, huh? But yeah, so today, the idea is, well, it's day baseball. So I figured, why work today when there's a 3 o'clock baseball game? It's like, what a, you know, that's like the prime time working hours. For me, at least. And baseball game on, you know, that takes precedence over work. And it's cool. I got some fans. And what time is it now? 1:30. There is at least like one 12:40 game on. So I am so sick that I do watch even non-Rays baseball. Who we got here? Well, Philly St. Louis is actually kind of interesting matchup. But the Rays are playing the Orioles soon. So Orioles Twins is it. Let me do some advanced scouting on the Orioles. Oh, and that actually reminds me too. I got to text my buddy who's a Baltimore fan, and you know, this is like the only time we communicate is the times, which is more than not, I guess. But whenever the Rays and Baltimore play, I text him and I say, you know, you suck, and he says you suck, and then we say how you doing. But interestingly, Shane Baugh's on the bump for the Orioles, who was former Ray, who I really loved, and they traded him. And he's not, well, good. Actually, he's losing games, but 30 strikeouts, only 4 walks. Oh, and he threw a complete game Friday. Good, so I hope he's tired. No, man, the Rays have been absolutely crushing it. They're undefeated on their West Coast road trip. But yeah, I remembered KRNO today. I'm very happy about that. Now I got baseball about to start. This is like a maximum Nate kind of day here. I just, you know, there's a couple other things I could work in to really make this a Nate day. Yeah, so that was some King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. Float along, fill your lungs. That's something Nate could do, but not when I'm flying, because you know, a cocktail while flying is one thing. Anything else makes this really hard. And so Santa today, in professional flight simulation, what I am trying to do today is, we left Reno. Yeah, and you're paying, by the way, for all this, you know, this blasphemy. Watch out. I mean, man, my buddy and I were so pissed at ourselves because we do this every year. We always say, like, all right, there's going to be some year that's the Rays year, I think, that they'll weasel it in. They're still, you know, they always are going to have the hurdle of being a small market team that doesn't spend a ton, but they're a damn good baseball organization. And, you know, before the season, they were probably like, for the, you know, even just like AL champion prop bet was probably like, you know, I could ask Gemini what the preseason odds were. But we always say, like, why not just put a couple $100 on the Rays at like plus, you know, what were they? Probably like plus 15,000 or something like that. Put $100 down. Let me see. Let me ask Gem if Gemini knows. This is what I like the AI for, but she's a liar, so we'll never know. But we can at least get a ballpark, maybe. All right, Gemini, before this Major League Baseball season, what were the preseason money line odds on the Rays winning the AL or the Rays winning the World Series in Major League Baseball? Yeah, so I could have got, this was the year. All right, Gemini, I'm not telling you my gambling. This was the year to have just slid $100 to my bookie and said, Rays win two $100 bills. One for Rays win World Series, or Rays win World Series. One Rays win AL championship. And so at plus 4,000. Or the AL champions, we would have made, like, you know, $5,000 on one of those bets, $4,000, and then we would have made $10,000 if they won the World Series this year. Not that I'm not a, you know, I love gambling, but I don't gamble. And that's the only kind of prop bet I would ever gamble onto. Some kind of long preseason thing. But prop bets are for suckers. And you're all getting these apps are screwing you people over so much. I feel bad for people who have never gambled before on sports and are downloading these apps and getting totally fucked. Because you don't know, they're lying to you. They are lying to you. If you're listening to this and you do prop bets on DraftKings, yes, you can. Yes, you can. But it's going to be negative. So you can always take the the snake bet. So like I know if you're not familiar with gambling, but so like one of the best games. I mean, not the best. So the house always wins. That's why you should never gamble. You're like, it's only for fun, first of all. But craps is one of my favorite games of chance. So fun. And you got to get a system. But what you do when you play craps is you can be a cooler. I don't know if you know this term, the cooler. Basically, anytime you're playing craps, I know craps is a very complicated kind of game. I'm not, that I will say for sure. But, you can bet on whoever is rolling the dice, including yourself, to lose. To like after a point is set and there's lots of money on the table and someone's just trying to like roll for the point. Like trying to roll, a non-7, basically, is what the point is at that point. 7 is the most likely thing. If you see someone, they're, rolling, they get, like, 5 in a row and they haven't rolled a 7. That's a good time to, like, slide like, a $10 bill on the do not pass line, But you can bet on them to roll the 7. You don't get great odds on it, but there you're just playing. You're playing your odds there. All right, so 156 miles DME to LAX. That was a VOR I just plugged in, and in San Diego. So all that said, Santa, is you could put there is always for any. This is just how gambling works. I mean, for any bet for a team to accomplish something, you can take the reverse of that bet, but the odds are going to be shifted to whatever the house is going to say to let you have that kind of bet, and some places might not take certain bets. So the odds on like me saying right now, like I could make a prop bet on the Miami Dolphins not making the Super Bowl this year, but the odds on that are probably so exorbitant bad that I'd only be making like $1. I'd have to put down $1,000 to probably make $1 or something on that bet. And so it's just not the kind of bet I would recommend making. Even though it's like a sure thing, but I'm not putting up $1,000 to win $1. It's probably worse odds than that. But this is actually my whole damn point. I'm going to point the LA VOR at us. And I want to find another. Let's get some of our setup. The Santa, before I get lost talking about gambling. And again, I don't support gambling. Well, no, it's not that. I don't gamble. I love gambling. I don't gamble. Because it's stupid. But if you gamble, like, that's great. And I'll talk about gambling all day. I love that shit. But before I get into talking about that, the 117.8. So I got LA over here. Let's go. I don't need that one anymore. 117.8 is the Mission Bay. I mean, I really don't need the ILS over here. What's the go around? MZB, do I care about Poggy? I'll just plug it in for now. Even though I'll probably want the ILS 116. So I want to do the San Diego approach that we've been doing. Before that, Nate has botched a lot of times, and I just want to try and manage my descent a little better. The 3.5 degree glide slope. I feel like on my last times, I'm always like kind of pussyfooting it with my descent rate, and not getting down enough. All right, 4.5 117.8. All right, so we got the Mission Bay, we got LA, all good. So we got some VORs just to like. Oh, it's still picking up. What's 1178? Not picking up Mission Bay yet. That's far. Some other random one. So yeah, I wanted to do the. I mean, I do have the Sweetwater visual up, which we're effectively doing, but really, I do want to just get on the localizer so I have one less thing to focus on and just think about my vertical speed, managing my vertical speed and my descent rate, and my just to kind of get a feel for it in this, because we've done it in the 7.5, but not in this thing. But is top of descent LA basically? Yeah. So let me do one other thing. Let me just grab a. No, we're top of descent. Where are you, top of descent? Progress. Top of descent, 125 nautical miles. Alright, so we'll just keep that in mind. Look outside, see where we are. Alright, we're flying over the fertile basin here. Delano. Bakersfield. What do we got? Almonds probably growing down here. Avocados. All the things that use so much water. Yeah, gambling is a sure thing. We agree. No. Well, that is the Dolphins not making the Super Bowl. That I totally agree with you, actually. But yeah, when all those gambling apps came out, DraftKings, you know, all that stuff. They oh, where's Rob Lowe? I bet he's a good gambler. Yeah, I mean, you can put those bets down, but you're going to have to put an outsized amount of money down to make meager returns, because that's how gambling prop bets work. Yeah, and walk away. Yeah, that's it. And you should never play blackjack again. Although blackjack, I think you actually have... Which game? So, craps is right on the 50% mark. I still think it's 49.51 for the house, but blackjack might be you might have even odds with the house. Yeah, roulette. Well, don't play roulette when they have too many zeros. You know, you want to play on the roulette wheel that only has like the 1 0, not like the double 0. That's how they get their odds in their own favor. But no, roulette is fun too. Bet quarters instead of just, you know, yeah, red, black, even odd. You can make a black red bet and a quarter, bet on a quarter of the wheel. And you typically, you know, in that case, you know, go in there with $50 and you're going to lose it, but you'll probably get to play for a while. And it's fun. That's what gambling is for. It's for having fun for a certain amount of time and maybe not losing 50. So you're paying $50 to play roulette for like 45 minutes. if you win a little bit. Or you pay $50 to play roulette for 45 minutes or an hour, and you somehow get to walk away with like $200. And it's like, hell yeah, straight to the buffet. Yeah, right. Or just play with the house money, definitely. That's what I do. Because I do like to gamble. I like games of chance, but I'm not there to like, you know, I know when I walk into the casino, it's just like, all right, it's just like going to Disney World. I know how much the ticket costs to get into Disney World. You know, I'm not expecting to get that back, but I'm going to have fun for the next few hours. And if you do start, you know, if you go there and, you know, you got to... Casinos, I like casinos because, you know, you can, if you start doing a couple little things and the house starts thinking you're someone you're not, you start getting free drinks and stuff. So one time I went to a casino and I went and played poker for a little while. Yeah, I mean, they're trying to keep you there. So when they see you win up, you know, you might start getting drinks. And that's fine with me, man. Because I'm just losing. I'll have, like I said, I know going in that I don't care what I walk out with. I just know that I'm not walking out with less than what I wanted because that's not how I do it. I'm a responsible human being. But what I was gonna say on these DraftKings prop bets. I know I'll enjoy Nate's stream very much. That's why I do it. Oh. Yeah, if... Oh, okay. Hey, second person watching. I don't have any of this stuff. Alright, good. Everyone, come in, say hi. We're flying to San Diego because I want to try and the X-plane I got running well. I got my WinWing stuff working well. I highly recommend this little plugin that identifies all your WinWing stuff right away. No MobiFlight, which MobiFlight is good, so I'm not talking shit about MobiFlight, but no SimAppPro in X-plane, and it's like boom, all my crap is working. It's fantastic. The knobs are actually like turning with the speed that they should. And so, the plugin is, let me find what it's called. So, resources, plugins. So we're flying to San Diego because Nate needs to do a 3.5 degree down, glide slope. And manage my approach better. So what is that? Like resources, wind control. Oh, and it updates through Skunkcrafts. Oh, it doesn't have a README. Shit, what is it called? How am I gonna find it? I want to find it for you because it's damn good. So if I just type in like X-plane, what's the forums? Oh, here it is. Here it is. Forums. Here we go. Boom. I got it. Alright, dumping it in chat. So, you'll have to check the list of supported. So not like everything is supported, but for at least Zibo mod, the FMC works, the EFIS panel works, the MCP panel works right out of the box. For right now, all the lights and stuff are working. All the buttons seem to work, you know. So, yeah, I'm stoked because that last WinWing update, I'm telling you, it it totally broke the MCP and the EFIS panel. It made the FMC a little better though, oddly enough. God, what a mess, my PFD. All right, top of descent. Let's start thinking about things. Get this out of here. But yeah, if anyone's joining us, that's kind of what we're up to, flying into San Diego and landing. With just, you know, there's no ILS for runway 27. It's just the localizer approach. And so I'm just going to kind of try and manage my my descent a little better and allow myself to dip into the... we might get some glide slope callouts. Oh, and also... if anyone knows how I can get... I don't know in the 737 how to get terrain warning off. Because it always barks terrain. And I think it's just an X-plane thing. Well, whatever. We're fine. We're fine. We don't panic when we hear the airplane talk to us anyway. All right, let's look at some charts. Let's figure out what the hell we're doing. All right, so I do want the localizer at least. 110.9er. Man, glare. One 0.9. All right, that looks right. Do I have my sunglasses on? Flight view sunglasses. That didn't do anything. All right, course 275. Flip the guarded terrain inhibit switch out of norm. Is that up top here somewhere? I think it's like... What's this? Nose wheel. Stab trim. Is this it right here? No, that's anyway, it's not the biggest deal nor I know where it is in the 7.5. Here. Anyway, I gotta think. We'll return to this subject soon. All right, so we got 127 until we get to the mission bay. BOR. So we're all good here. Let's look at our approach. We're coming up to Hulk. Let's read. So from comics, blah blah blah, X-Men, do. So we're kind of familiar with this one because we've done it. So below 190 is our first. So I will punch that in now. Actually, it'll come. All right, I'll check it out. Thank you. I love having co-pilots. This is so good. Okay, flight level 190 is set. And we've got our ILS in there, 275. Or not ILS, the localizer in there. Let's do a performance calculation. So we weigh 132, we're gonna lose, we got 9 tons of fuel. We should be landing with 8, so we'll factor it heavy. That's fine. 132.2. Okay. Oh, and top of descent, we can do some stuff like on. No cigarettes. Ding. I could do the PA, you know? Alright, weight, fuel balance, performance landing, KSAN, 27. It's dry. The wind is... Oops. Alright, perfect. 270 at 5, nothing crazy. We get to just like focus. It is 24 European units of heat outside. It is 2 9er 6. 9er 6. Oop. Bastard. 2 9er 6. Let me, just while it's in my head here, 2 9er 6 pre-dial. 2 9er 6. Alright, and we said we weigh 132. 132.0. Flaps 30. I wonder if you'd actually want like a flaps full landing, because technically I think you can have a better angle that way, but let's go AC on, anti-ice off. Make sure, yeah. We are going to fly through clouds in a sec. Brakes. We'll see speed brake, auto, or... Okay, calculate. So yeah, it's not a long runway. We'll take auto brake to BRAF 146. Sounds about right. Well, so I think you do it this way. I still have not asked someone about that. I need to ask. I know it's a simple question I can ask someone in the chat, or in my Discord. Not my Discord. Black Box Discord. Okay, so we got that. Set auto brake to recall. Top of descent, here we go.
Descent checklist. Pressurization.
Yep.
Set.
Anti-ice.
Off.
Approach briefing on fuel.
You know. Approach briefing. We're doing this. We're going to descend and just follow this exactly. And vector ourselves over. I do have Lindy plugged in, so we could just plan on doing. Let's plan on doing. So Nadu is at 6,000. So why don't we just plan on. Yeah, just so we can kind of come up and around the. Here's the reservoir. Where does it tend to take you? I know Cloman, Step-in is the same waypoint as X-Men and Cloman. Just to kind of get a sense. So Cloman is not, we're not flying Cloman, but it is, or yeah, we are. Like, yeah, so Cloman. So the visual takes you out here and lower. And oh, okay, so O'Kane is where it wants you to be. 3,600. Well, we'll give ourselves a time. We'll come out over the mountain to 5,000. Hook up with Lindy. That'll be our goal. And then continue the descent. We'll intercept the ILS that way. Oh no, I don't like it because we can be 380. 380. We can be 3,800. So we're gonna plan with O'Kane, not Lindy and Nvidia, but I'll keep them there for now. Well, once we hit Nadu, we'll extend the center line out at O'Kane, get down to 3,600 feet. And then we will land. And at KSAN, remember, we got a big displaced threshold, so we got to stop fast. And we'll take as much runway as we need. Okay, done.
Discussed.
IAS and altitude bugs.
Are set.
Checked and set.
Descent checklist completed.
Good. Alright, we're doing it. Alright, about 73 miles. FMC speed. So 230 lantern is what we mainly care about. Alright, I'm getting like dinged. All that. Good. Alright. Los Angeles. Okay, so I don't know what to do during approach, and it's clear I always have to level change to get lower. Is it like when you're intercept? Do you mean when you're actually on the ILS, or just like in general? Yeah, so like I'm flying just because, you know, I'm cheating. I'm in VNAV, so it's taking me down. But if you're not in VNAV, then yeah, you'd just be doing either level change or vertical speed to get yourself down. And it's fun to just fly that way too. Like, you know, I'm doing VNAV up here and stuff, but like when I'm just like messing around flying, and I don't really have a course I'm following, it's just all level change, vertical speed, heading select for everything. A little bit of LNAV maybe, if I put in like a final approach fix or something, or want to do a direct. One 0.9. And so what do we got? Mission Bay over there, and I mean, I guess technically I should just put it in. I mean, if you're only doing single channel, I suppose you don't have to. Alright, so let's see what ChatGPT. Oh, is it? Alright, so pedestal, no weird stuff on the back. Center. Alright, that's the panel switching, lights. Yeah. It could be, I'll ask, there's a resident expert in, oh, here we go. Ground proximity, here we go. Alright, so we will be terrain inhibiting when we get a little closer. So there it was. I was just blind. It was staring us in the face the whole time. So there. The more you know. Okay, so it looks like we will be doing okay here. Let's continue our descent. We can go down to the 6,000 now. Okay. How's San Diego looking today? Yeah. Alright, so we'll be passing 18,000. Need to be better. So 200 at 6 now. We got. Alright, we'll be going. That's this layer we're coming through right now. 299 or 5. Okay. Let's set local. 299 or 5. 200 at 6. It's probably not going to change anything. Alright, basically the same. Performance calculations. Oh, yeah, yeah. That damn GPT.
Altimeter setting.
Hello, Ras Lady. We're gonna do it. What's going on in this here baseball game? Minnesota. Okay, let me close that. Close that. Close that. You got any other weird things open? No? Okay. Alright, well, since we did that, let's do... Oh, you know, nav aids would be good. I need my precious rings. Okay, approach.
Approach checklist. Altimeters and instruments.
Yep, I think everything is set and checked here.
Set and cross-checked.
Approach aids.
We have a VOR for ourselves if we need it, and otherwise I think we're good to go.
Checked and set.
Approach checklist completed.
Alright, so just our landing checklist to go. Let's see how we do today. San Diego. Spanish for something. Have to watch the documentary film Anchorman. I believe they explain it there. Alright, so 230 lantern is what we care about. And we're getting there. So under 10,000, I'm gonna open up the speed window and we'll start managing our speed ourselves. And close enough for me to turn on lights. I don't know if this actually dings the cabin or not. I think that's just when they ding me, maybe. It could. Do you know if you're picking up the ILS signal, Santa? Like, the one thing you can always do if you like when I was just starting to practice is like, don't worry about the star and all that. Yeah, the diamonds. So this is a little different in San Diego, but what I'll just do, like when I'm practicing, was just like at the first time it was like, okay, all I care about is Vidia 4000, because I know once I get there and I hit approach, if I'm at 4000 at Vidia, I'll be on the glide slope for the most part. The plus in the middle, not the diamonds. Oh, this guy? That's the flight path vector. I think they call that the bird. Bird is the word. Bird is the word. Not the white one, the purple one. Well, so you'll see. I'll as I'm coming in, I'll try and point out some of this stuff. Oh, I didn't set the minimums, which is going to be like 200. Whoa, 1,000. Holy crap. Minimums to... What? Really? 680 feet? Huh. Why? Oh, probably because of the glide slope. Yeah, never mind. So what did that say again? 680. Ooh, 29905. Whoops. All right, barrow set. Okay. I'm gonna open up the speed window. 230. What do we care about now? All right, I'm gonna get rid of the visual. I don't think we're doing that per se. 210 Cloman. Okay. Oh yeah, we're all good. We're doing great. Alright, so I'm going to say that we've been cleared down to the fly. This downwind. So I'm going to go heading select. Let's say we got the 3800. Yeah, perfect. We'll get down to 6,000. But we're doing good. Ah, San Diego, look at you. Alright, I'm at least picking up something. Alright, 6,000, let's go down to 210. I'm just gonna drop down to our up speed. Little speed brake, help us get down there. Okay, speed brake can come in. Okay, I am going to go level change. So we're just saying we got cleared at 380, and we'll link up with O'Kane. So I'm gonna go down here and just draw us out a center line. I'm gonna grab O'Kane, dump you in here, intercept on course 275er, and execute. So this is what we're doing. Get down to 38. .360. Watch out for rain. So the main thing is this. All right, I'm gonna go flaps 1. Yeah, so you see terrain ahead. But we'll be turning in just a hot second. I'm gonna slow down. Flaps 1. All right, great. I'm actually gonna throw out some more. We're grandma on it today. I have no excuse. Or not no excuse. It's just I have no shame. Is what I'm trying to say. All right, mountains are happening. As we're coming in, I'm gonna go ahead and turn base. Ah, I love that the WinWing stuff is working. Thank you. All right, let's keep slowing down. So, Santa. You'll see now the ILS diamonds, they're not purple. This is we're low technically, but not for what we're doing. We're okay. But so the localizer's shooting out here. The only thing is we don't have approach mode. I mean, well, we kind of do. But this is just a localizer, so we only get lateral help. Alright, let's turn toward O'Kane. Oh, I had a little more. I could have had a little more time. And again, I'm going to kind of configure myself a hair early. Oh, did he really? Alright, then I'm getting it. The guy seems like he's a cool dude. Alright. So see the localizer, it's starting to come in now. Now I will hit VOR lock. And there, it's... But we're not going to have... there's no... This isn't an ILS. Alright, set heading. Alright, I'm going to keep slowing us down. I know this is, you know, again, grandma-ish, but that's how we do here. Alright, gear down. Gonna arm my speed brake. Because this is where we need to start heading down. So I'm gonna set the next altitude. And go vertical speed. Slow down. Start switches continuous. So we care about 2,000 Rebo. I can back off a little bit. I'm a little bit low. But then our decision is 680. So we're 2,000 above. We're doing all right. All right, so we just passed 10 miles. I'm gonna go flaps 30. Get down to VREF. 141 plus 5 or 6. All right, so can we see Pappies? We're a little low. Let's back off just a hair. So it does have this diamond, but and the Boeing will capture, I think it'll go into the FAC mode, which is what I don't want to do, which is like its own internal glide slope, basically. But I feel like we're good now, about 700. So I'm going to get the let's do a landing checklist.
Landing checklist. Start switches.
Continuous.
Recall.
Check.
Speed brake.
Armed. Green light.
Landing gear.
Down 3 green.
Auto brake.
Auto brake 2 set.
Flaps.
Flap 30 set green light.
Landing lights.
On.
Landing checklist completed.
Okay. Alright, we got, let's keep about 700. Let's go flight directors off. We got the bird on. Speed looking good. Runway in sight. We're ballooning. Trim, trim, trim. So I wonder if that diamond that's showing right there is an artificial one. Right, I'm a little off. Power down. We should basically just go visual here. So, you know, I have to have a slightly higher sink rate because the 3.5 degree glide slope, but come on, trim down, trim down. So we're a little quick, a little high. Nate, as always, high and fast. That's how we live our lives. A little bit high. 4 white is no good. But, you know, I'm going into the gray area here. Let's get back on.
Height.
Approaching 27.
Minimums.
All right, we're gonna continue. I feel fine. I'm visual. Back off the power a little bit here. Oh. Yes. Damn, how did I get off course like that?
50. 30. 10.
All right. Reversers. Full. Whole thing.
80
We're going
knots.
whole thing. No shame. Alright, manual brakes, reversers come in. Brakes. Get this
Caution,
off.
short runway, short runway.
I know, Ras Lady. Don't worry, I'm getting off. Right here. Alright, spoilers come up. Flaps come up. Let's get a nice parking spot. Alright, let's hold. Hold. Alright, let's hang out for a sec. Let's do some things. Alright, good job, guys. We crushed it. Logo light on. Alright, so we didn't crush it, but we did okay. Passengers, we're getting our clearance for the gate here. Just wait a second. Well, that's not bad. I mean, we'll watch the replay. It's going to be a thing of beauty, I think. Nah. I did get off course at the end there, but... Alright, start the APU. Alright, that was some landing stuff I feel good about. Terrain. Off. And when we didn't get the terrain, maybe that's a 757 thing. I've been sitting here like blowing with my throttles on. Alright, let's go. Where's the best princess parking for us? Yep, right here. Crash into a gas truck. One thing I do need to do on the Zibo is take out that dead zone on my brakes because it's a little too... I need it on the 7.5, but not here. Ooh, look at that. Yeah, landing the 7.5 is it's a big beast. All right, we did it. We landed. And we're at the gate. AP ready. You open the isolation valve? I keep having to check that too. I forget. It's the little things. Alright, AP bleed air, AP is on. Engine shut down. Alright, cool, that works. Alright. Get up. Smoke them if you got them. Anti-collision can come off, I think. Off, 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 off. Hydraulics, off. Fuel pumps. We'll leave that one on for the APU. Doors and such. What does this do? Start service cruise on ground. Does that like open doors and stuff? Like I said, I'm not the best at this ground service situation. All right, chocks, GPU connect, doors, forward, cargo, aft cargo. Oh, cool. I had changed on my what is it, OpenSAM. I was just curious. I did the Safe Dock X instead of Safe Dock T224, just to see what it looks like, and it's kind of fancy. So that's good. What else can we do? Let everyone say hello to us. We did such a good job. Hey everyone. That ruled, didn't it? Yeah. Excuse me. Okay. This is feeling somewhat shut down. Let's go ahead and get on the ground power. You know, let's get some air conditioning. All right, APU. Come off. I did go to ground power, right? Okay. All right, APU off. All the pumps off. This feels shut down. I'll keep the... I'll turn that off too. Or no, it actually wants that on, I believe. I always forget. Zibo has some weird thing with which lights it wants on, depending if we're...
Shutdown checklist.
Oh, I should have done shutdown transit. Wait. Let's see. Shorter.
Shutdown checklist. Electrical.
GPU on the bus.
Fasten belts.
Off.
Probe heat.
Off.
Anti-ice.
Off.
Voice recorder.
I'd like to check that again if you don't mind.
So I wonder what
On.
is
Air
that just...
conditioning packs.
I don't know
Really?
why that... Air conditioning packs. Oh, oops.
Auto.
Engine bleeds.
On.
APU bleed.
Off.
Exterior lights.
Checked.
Start switches.
Off.
Auto brake.
Off.
Speed brake.
Down detent.
Flaps.
Up. No lights.
Parking brake.
Set.
Start levers.
Cut off.
Weather radar.
Off.
Transponder.
No.
Nah.
Standby.
CVR circuit breaker.
In.
Cockpit door.
Unlocked.
Shutdown checklist complete.
Alright, cool. Alright, everyone, get the hell off my aircraft. Does now this do anything? I think because I don't have my sim brief totally hooked up correctly, that's why it doesn't like doing this stuff. Oh, let's stop the chrono. That's a thing. Alright, look at us. We flew. San Diego. Hello. As Santa knows, my chiropractic service is here at the airport. We've made a few bucks. That would be fun to play. What is this, like a high school or something right here? Oh no, duh. Yeah, the Marines. They actually... Is this where they practice? Because the base is right over here. Yeah. You know, we have in-terminal chiropractic services for anyone who's flying on Nate Fly's aircraft. My computer just started thinking. I hate when it starts thinking. All right, it stopped thinking. Beautiful San Diego. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So, Santa, tell me more about the, you like that jet card thing? For a little, add a little whatever. I, okay. Yeah, I've looked at some of those, and like I was telling you when we were talking the other day, I would like to check one of those out. Wonder, does X camera control panel. Wonder if there's a button in X camera for just swapping free cam on and off. We'll check that. I want to know that. You know, keyboard. Am I blind? X camera? There we go. Is there just like a straight up switch, like toggle free? That would be awesome. Because then my drone camera would become a lot easier to screw with. But it's like probably not, because it's one of the like advanced settings. No, yeah. All right, looking at settings. This is the joys of flight simulation. Ooh, toggle. All right, toggle. Blah blah. Toggle. No. 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 Uh, ooh. Target reciprocal. Oh, this has a walk mode? All right, well, I learn. All right, so no button in particular for that. It's not a big deal. Does what work with VR? Yeah, so right now I'm rocking a X camera. I think it has some VR settings in here somewhere. I always forget where stuff is. Maybe I'm just thinking of head cam tracker. Yeah, I'm not really sure. You can check. Nate does not know. Oh, really? See, I was about to say, check out Aura X. I think that would probably work because it's the new one. All right, let's go visit the Padres. What time is it? Ooh, in 15 minutes, we got Rays baseball. We got a sunken aircraft carrier right there. That's bad. So, yeah, here's now, man, this park, I know, I know I'm the baseball fan here and no one cares, but so Petco Park is cool as hell. And I really want to come to a game here. . I wonder if Google Earth has good pictures. So, all right. Not, hold on. So here it is in the sim. We have generic stuff, but there's Petco. I wonder how far away it renders in as Petco Park. Let's see. Just testing. Okay, so however many 1,000 feet we are here, now it kind of renders in as what Petco kind of looks like. But come to San Diego for a Padres game? Man, yeah, that would be a ton of fun. So yeah, unfortunate when you get too close to next plane, but let's superimpose. So yeah, you got this. Damn. Petco Park. Now, what's cool about this is that they've got this building right here is the foul pole. And you can sit there, which is cool as hell. I think if I came to this game, I'd want upper deck. Even though I do love sitting, normally I love this view, but to get a big view of the city like that, I'll take that. How do I go back? Yeah. Anyway, that's what's cool about Petco, this thing over here. I love that they kept this old building as part of it. So cool. Oh, okay. Here's what it looks like. So yeah, 322. You either can pull the ball, lefties, pull the ball like a crazy man, or righties just go opposite field. There you go. Bunk. Here it is being built. Here is apparently the Louisville Cardinals before the Holiday Bowl. I know you guys. They're they're in my backyard. Bunch of bums. American Idol auditions. Yeah, here's Petco. Nate loves baseball. Yeah, see, look how cool. Western Metal Supply Co. I wonder how much tickets are for there. Or if this is... Yeah, I'll check that out. Oh, yeah. Here, this is like the Microsoft. If we were in Microsoft Flight Simulator, it would probably look this good. Yeah, see? Isn't that cool? Just like where the Orioles play at Camden, the warehouse. All right, just the logo. Nice. Yeah, Bark at the Park. So I took my when I lived in Tampa, I took my Greyhound. I'm a Greyhound guy, by the way. My favorite dog breed, I guess. Man, they really don't want you looking at the military base. Look at these tiles. Those aren't coming in. Yeah, I took my Greyhound to Bark at the Park. You got a lot of dogs. 5 dogs? What's a blue healer? So blue, so I know it's I know that part. Is it like a another kind of hunting dog? Oh, cattle dog. Okay. So you have active dogs. They need like structure in their lives. My greyhound sleeps, and that's about it. Like that's your dogs, working dogs? Yeah, my dog oh nice. Yeah, I'm a dog guy. But yeah, I have but when I lived in Tampa, I had a greyhound. And he passed away unfortunately about, I don't know, some number of years ago. He was a good dog, great dog. But he's been to at least one bark in the park at Tampa Bay Raymond James at the Trop. Now we tried to get him into like our seat, which that was dumb. But then we could just walk around. And I found a pretty good spot to just hang out with him, and he plopped down, and we met lots of dogs. That was a fun night. Oh yeah, Santa. I mean, it's the worst. Dogs are like, yeah. I mean, I'm a huge dog guy, and it's like, you know what you're signing up for, and it's hard, but you know, it's part of it. It's what makes them such beautiful creatures. It would be nice if they outlived us all, but then no, then they'd go. Who would take care of them? I don't trust anybody with my dog. But no, my buddy right now is going through it pretty hard with his dog, who's a really really sweet pit. And I feel for him. It's tough. It's such a hard situation, but you know, you do what you got to do. Do what's best for you and the dog. Luckily, you know, their brains are only so big, so they, you know, even though they understand us pretty well, they don't understand what's going on so well. But yeah. Yeah. San Diego. But yeah, greyhounds, they're great dogs. They are lazy, so that's why I like them. And they're striking. People stop their car to yell at my dog. And I'm like, "Ooh, thank you." They put their head out the window and like, "Oh my god, so adorable." And I'm like, "Thank you. I know. I am a good-looking man, aren't I?" And then they're like, and then they drive away. All right, here's San Diego. I'm going to watch the Rays game and kick it and look at my telephone and see if I've been getting text messages, because I just realized my phone has been on quiet. Ooh. Oh, speaking of, actually. Anyway, I am going to go. Thank you, Santa. Wow, what the hell? Man, Twitch is a strict moderator. I'll have to. All right. I hope they lose. Yeah, I am gonna no anti-Rays sentiments here. That's like, you know, that's my political views. No, none of that. None of that here. But okay, I had a fun fight. I think we did a decent landing. Like 5-second replay, because I actually do have to go. One of the guys and I'm glad I remembered to turn my phone on, because ooh, look at that, we can watch the time lapse. All right, we'll watch our landing in. Look at us. We're so I did at least check to see that we weren't gonna hit this. Like I legit, because one time I've flown this route and you know, you're just kind of like dicking around. You gotta watch out for this point. But isn't that's on the so that's that. Yeah, I have one more air conditioning guy coming this afternoon, and then I'm about to spend so much of my hard-earned money on fixing my house. Terrible. Go, Nate AC, GoFundMe. You can have my bank account number. I'll take anything. No, don't worry, guys. I got it. I knew this day was coming. Yeah. So ATC, Beyond ATC has crashed me into all kinds of things. So this is actually pretty funny. Beyond ATC crashed me almost into the Washington Monument. It vectored me over the like White House, you know, the entire White House. What's that whole, you know, I don't know. The Memorial Garden, whatever. But the White House, it vectored me into what's it called? Reagan, is it? Is that the one that's downtown there in DC? Yeah, Beyond ATC, man, gave me directions right there. And it was kind of funny because I was doing that flight because I was going to DC not on vacation, but for a work thing. And I was joking. I'm like, so what if the government, they see me like I've been practicing flying a 737 for the last year, and the last flight I do on the actual plane I'm going to be flying from the destination to Washington, and I happen to be like crashing into the White House on that stream because Beyond ATC was vectoring me in. I was like, they're going to stop me at the airport, aren't they? But it turns out they're not watching me, or they are, and they know that I'm a coward or like not the kind of guy to be flying planes into things. Yeah, new roof. That'll be me next too. I'm hoping that one is like, I need another 10 years or so to save up. And then I'm putting a metal roof on this thing. Yep. A lot of people in my neighborhood have the solar panels, and so I know like a couple of my good neighbors, they get full their house is practically neutral. Except they are still on natural gas for their furnace. At least one of them. The other one I think is full. Yeah, solar keeps going down, I think. So we did come in crooked. I've been trying to like be a little mindful of keeping myself more to the, because I think when I'm flying, my head lines up in the sim like with the center line, but really it's not. But anyway, but you know, I think this landing was okay. Yeah, this must be a rush. So that's probably a long landing and off center. But you know, hey man, we've been making so much progress. Go back and watch early Nate flies. I was bouncing and popping wheelies and stuff. Yeah. Self-improvement through flight simulation, Santa. You know it. But yeah, little squirrely there. Little British landing there. Alright, I'm gonna go watch some baseball. Anyone who's watching, thanks so much, Santa. As always, great chatting with you, my brother. And we will I'll see you soon. I might try and stream tomorrow. In honor of King Gizzard and Lizard Wizard.
Sometimes I think I wasn't cut out for this world.
Because their festival,
Just a scumbag.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Field of Vision
Probably would've been better
in Colorado. Now, I'm not able to go,
off doing my own thing.
but
Scumbag man.
it will be on
You like
YouTube.
eating the scraps. You like chicken. I do like chicken. This one's about them chickens in the sky.
Let's eat some chicken. Let's be some rats in the sky today. Alright. Thanks again so much. And like I said, I think I may try and stream tomorrow. If I am, I'll post a little post on my YouTube channel or something. I don't know. I'm not that professional. Alright, thanks everybody. Have a good day. Go Rays.
Bread crusts are my banquet, puddles are my wine. A revel in the present, each moment a lifetime.